gentlemen, come and sit down, sir.
Very clever.
Wow. It's lovely to have you here.
Well, that's a great introduction. I either play what?
Well, you get to play... OK, I didn't mean that unkindly, but you often play... Yeah. Well, you're a weird kind of guy anyway.
Hang on.
You know what I mean? I think if someone met you, they'd say, whoa, weirdo. And you're not really. You're a lovely man. I've met you a few times, but you have a kind of weird thing about you going on.
Do I?
Yeah, you must know you're weird.
I don't know. I guess so.
I'm not the first person.
You know, I used to resist it. I used to say, no, I'm not weird, and I guess I am weird.
Yeah, you are.
I guess I am
weird.
weird.
Celebrate your weirdness, because I think it's a great thing.
You're so nice. Thank you.
It's a great thing, but you often get typecast in those kind of roles.
Yeah, no, that's not true. So let me go back to us. So let me defend myself.
Please do.
Yeah, I guess it's true. I don't know. But you know, I've played all sorts of different parts. No, it's not true. Like on Criminal Intent, Law and Order, I'm doing right now for the last couple of seasons. What are you going making that face for?
I know. OK, you've proved me wrong already.
Yeah. One of the reasons I'm excited to have you on the show is that you have been called the strangest man on television. Do you like that? Do you like that moniker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
What do you think it's from? Is the parts you get or the way you do them?
I think there's a search engine in me for that. I think that's what
You've got a filter process that only the weird gets through?
I think that's... Well, I've been with the same agent for decades and decades and decades. And so I think at this point now, I'm sent those things. But...
has no one sent you like, oh, he's a normal suburban dad and a really nice guy?
There was a film I did years ago called Secretary that was a very sort of...
You were not that normal in Secretary. I saw that. I'm not popping that in with my 14-year-old.
Okay. You'd be surprised at the people who have come up who say they love that film, yeah.
No, I loved that film. I'm not surprised they loved it.
No, but I just mean very, very staid and sort of, which I guess is appropriate considering that content.
Exactly. You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
You never know.
So,
thank goodness.
Exactly. None of our business.
Right.
None of our business.
Well, it's nice to hear about it every so often. I love that. But
well, that's what James Spader parts are for.
Yes, yes. But I think there's been... I look for that in my life, in my personal life. I'm always drawn to the eccentric and
really,
the strange.
You do eccentric things, like, or you just like to be around eccentric people?
Yeah, I like that a lot, and I like when I'm definitely one of those people on the street when there's something strange and maybe even disturbing going on in the street. I tend to be drawn to it, and.
So, John, it's not that much of a compliment that he came over to you.
I think John and I are doing just fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
John and I are doing just fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I think we're going to do just fine.
Do you ever get, like, do you ever...
But I think, but getting back to that is, I think I've looked for that with my friends. My family were very eccentric, and the ones that are still alive still are quite eccentric.
Stuttering is not a thing you have to be worried about at all, and even if you have quirks and weirdness, you shouldn't be worried about that. Just be yourself, because there's no one in the world that can be a better you than you, and if you try to be the cool kid from class, you'll end up being very boring. And be yourself, embrace your quirks. Being weird is a wonderful thing. Don't ever treat it as an issue, and don't see it as a plight on your life, and carry on pushing forward. And I did all right. You can do all right as well, so thank you.
Weird.